very common type of Malvaceae family. The scientific name of this flower is Hibiscus rudolphinensis. We all knew it. Another red color species is also available. You can take anyone. If we take these species, what are the parts? Look, a long stalk-like region is there that help to attach the flower with the stem, the leaf and remaining portion is there. These are known as pedicel. The flower which are contain this kind of pedicel known as pedicellate flower. Yes, Malvaceae family or Hibiscus rudolphinensis is a flower that is pedicellate flower. Okay, fine. Next, these small sepal-like structures are there. Look, the green color, that is known as apicalyx. So next part of this flower is the apicalyx. Now these green one, look, they are attached in the base region but the top region are free. These part are known as calyx, and yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the part are sepals. So calyx is a group of sepals, that is the next whole of this flower or part of this flower. Now is the time for the colorful one. Yeah, this is the colorful part. They are known as petals. We all knew it. But what is the technical term of the biology? This is the corolla. So corolla contain a group of petals. For this flower, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 petals are there. Now it is a tube-like structure, and this tube-like structure is known as staminal tube. That means it includes two parts. What are they? Androecium and gynoecium. These are the main reproductive part of the flower. Now, in a dissecting tray, the flower is arranged in a watery medium. Look, a complete flower. Leaves are there. There is a stalk-like region known as pedicel. Yes, these are the petals. This is the staminal tube. So if we have to explain the whole flower in your practical, so we have to describe this flower in a watery medium in this manner. If we dissect the whole part one by one, look at this frame. So these all are the petals which are separated. So they are not fused, right? But if we consider the other one, look, here is the apicalyx. Generally, for Malvaceae, for Hibiscus rudolphinensis, apicalyx are 5 to 8 in number. They are free. This is the calyx. So calyx are contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sepals. But the sepals are fused in this region. So they are known as gamosepalous. The next one, that is the corolla. Obviously corolla contain the petals. We already discussed that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, generally 5 petals are there, but they are separated. So they are known as polypetalous. And now if we consider the male and female part, this part are new. It is not described in before. Yes, these two parts are there in the staminal tube. Told you. So staminal tube contain two parts. This is the male part, this is the female part. The male part contain a long filament, and above the filament the anther is present. Yes, this anther contain the male reproductive unit, the pollen. Look, these are the yellow color structure are the anther which are well positioned above the filament. So if we want to describe the androecium, we have to explain the stamens are numerous. There is no fixed number. Yes, but they all are attached in a single group known as monoadelphous and form the staminal tube, which are discussed in this region. Come to this is a staminal tube. If we dissect the staminal tube, the androecium and gynoecium can easily explained. If we dissect the staminal tube, these two portions we can easily find. So one portion is the androecium, which contain the filament, and above the filament there are anthers. All the filaments are attached together known as monoadelphous, and above the filament all the anthers are there. So these are known as the androecium, the male part of the flower. And the last one, that is the female part known as gynoecium, is include the ovary, the style and the stigma. Okay, so these are the different hold of the Malvaceae family, Hibiscus rosa sinensis. So now it's a vital part of this practical. This is very crucial. Actually, this flower we have to show by Ellis dissection. What is Ellis dissection? No, longitudinal dissection. We have to cut the whole all the parts of the flower vertically, longitudinally, and one by one we have to arrange the whole flower to show the Ellis view of the flower. So now we are going to start the flower. At first, all the flower part we have to dissect in this way, and at first we have to separate the sepals from this whole part. The sepals and the apicalyx, that means episepals, all are get separating from the flower hole at the thalamus region. So in this way we arrange this. Just we are gathering all the part. After gathering whole things, we have to arrange the whole things in a particular scientific way. So now the calyx and apicalyx portion are separated. Now is the time for the separation of corolla. That's means the colorful region. This part can easily separated by removing one by one because they are not attached. After removing all the part, look, there is a staminal tube is very prominent. So the staminal tube, we have to show the staminal tube in a Ellis view. So we have to cut this thalamus but stalk region properly to remove that, and by using the blade we have to cut the ovary in Ellis section. In this way the ovary is very prominent and these ovules are well arranged inside the ovary. So we have to remove some of the staminal part to show the region of the style, and it have to display in a separate tube. So in this way we have to explain all the things in a proper scientific manner. So after all this arrangement, what is the ultimate look? Come to this tray. Here is the Ellis view of the flower. Look, all these are the apicalyx, these are the sepals, calyx. Inside that, above the stalk region, the ovary, the Ellis view of ovary is there. All the ovules are arranged. From the ovary, the styles are there, and the above of the style, there is a distinct head-like region known as stigma. And just surrounding the stigma, too many anthers are located. So this is the Ellis view of the hibiscus flower. This is a floral diagram. What's that? Now all the parts which are dissected properly, which are described properly, we have to draw to explain whole the part in your copy. That's called floral diagram. All the floral part are explained by a particular diagram. So this diagram is very specific for the Hibiscus rosa sinensis. That's been our very common China rose flower. So what's that? We are starting this from the central. In the central, its part is known as the gynoecium. The gynoecium contain carpel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carpels are there. So pentacarpellary structure are there in the central region of the flower. That's mean under the gynoecium. So after the gynoecium, the next part is the androecium. So androecium, the stamen are numerous. So a multiple number of stamen, these all are the stamens, are arranged just after the gynoecium. And what is that? This is the corolla. So is this one a petal? Petal number 2, petal number 3, petal number 3, 4, 5. These all are the petals. So how many petals are there? 5 petals should be there. And look, they are arranged in a cross-section manner. So this kind of arrangement is known as twisted arrangement, twisted aestivation. Actually, the arrangement of petals are known as aestivation, and the margin are overlapping. Look, the margin is overlapping. They are known as twisted aestivation. So the gynoecium, the androecium and the corolla parts are completed. Now the last part, that is a sepals, the calyx one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the 5 sepals are arranged, easily visible in the diagram. But look at the arrangement, they are not overlapping each other. They are in a close appearance but not overlapping. So they are the one type of aestivation. Last, the apicalyx portion. Generally, we already discussed that the apicalyx are 5 to 8. It varies in number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 apicalyx are there in the diagram. So they are the arrangement of the apicalyx. So all the arrangement of the flower parts that start from the gynoecium, androecium, corolla, calyx and apicalyx. These are the floral diagram of Hibiscus rosa sinensis. Thank you.